Greetings and salutations. Here for Oracle Monday. Just inviting you in this moment to pause, breathe, and just drop into the heart space. Trusting that if this video found you in this moment, that perhaps it is meant for you. Setting the intention to call in a message that is in the greatest and highest good of the collective. Let's just breathe in this moment and relax into the energy of this moment. Trusting in the divine timing of all things, trusting in the universe to guide us towards what's meant for us. Trusting in ourselves, trusting in that guidance that comes from within, and trusting in the feeling that you feel within your soul, within your body in this moment. Trust that feeling. Allow that to guide you to stay or to scroll. Yeah. Calling in a message for the collective, a message of peace, of love, a message of wisdom, of clarity. As I shuffle, just dropping into the heart space and setting the intention to call in the message that's in the greatest and highest good for all. What is it that we as a collective need to hear in this moment? A message of growth, of healing, of truth. Ooh. This is 3 cards. We'll go with it in this moment. All right, so we have the Seas of Mintaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. And that's a big part of what's happening right now, right? The idea of the age of Aquarius, right? The age of truth. All that has been hidden is being revealed, right? The lies that have been told are coming to light. You know, it's a lot harder to hide those truths, you know, on a larger scale and then in a smaller scale as well, within our own personal lives, within ourselves, right? So many of the things that we might have been suppressing, and just within this eclipse season, right? There's a lot of truth that's being unveiled, and it's for us to allow that to happen, right? Not to hide from the truth, not to try to continue to keep it hidden, but to allow what needs to be revealed, right? Trusting that that is a path to healing, a path to freedom, right? And we also have Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. Seed the light by staying grounded. Yeah. You know, amidst everything that's happening, it can be easy for us to lose center, you know, to become lost from our center, to disengage, to want to dissociate, you know. But it's so important, I think now more than ever, for us to allow ourselves to ground, you know. And this, for me, a message for me most definitely, you know. I feel like these last few months, it's been so much heaviness, right? And so much has been moving through, and it's this, so many feelings of grief, of sadness, of anger, right? Anger has been a big one that's been coming up for me. There's been so much that has been suppressed, and just allowing that to come through. But there's a definite need to ground within it, to find healthier ways to express it. I have not been showing up in ways that feel right or true for me, and it's recognizing that and taking action to correct that. Grateful, definitely grateful for all that is revealing itself, for all that's coming through, for all that is being unearthed. Grateful for the recognition that I'm able to give to that pain that's been, just kind of stuffed down there. But also definitely recognizing that the ways that I've been expressing it and the ways that it's been coming out haven't been healthy, and working on learning better ways to move through that. And then the last card, a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision, right? Trusting that despite how chaotic the world feels right now, despite how chaotic our personal lives might feel right now, despite all the things that are moving through, all the things that are being felt, trusting that all that is happening right now, as heavy, as painful, as heartbreaking as it all is and can be, as heavy as it probably is going to continue to be, because this is, just the beginning. Things are gonna feel a lot heavier as we're moving forward. But trusting that it's all a part of the process, right? Not to lose hope, not to lose that vision of what it is that we're wanting to create, right? Trusting that within all of the chaos, within the pain, within the hurt and the heartbreak and the grief, right? Within all of that, there's growth, there's evolution, right? Things are happening, change is taking place, and it's not a comfortable process. It's not meant to be, right? But sometimes when we look out at the things that are happening, we can become discouraged and we can lose hope. But it's about maintaining that trust, right? Maintaining that trust and continuing to find ways to sustain throughout all that's happening. Because again, things are going to become increasingly difficult, right? It's not where we haven't reached rock bottom yet. This is not the end of this downslide. This is somewhat of the beginning, and the work that we're doing now isn't necessarily just for us, it's for future generations, right? So it's allowing ourselves to hold that vision of what it is that we're wanting to create, to hold that vision of that earth that is possible, right? And taking action in this moment to seed that, right? We are the ones that have to seed that. We are the ones that are responsible for creating the earth that it is that we want to see, right? That's on us. It's not on the people in power, right? It's not on, it's not on our politicians or the governments or these world leaders, right? We can't rely on them to, all of a sudden just start to do the right thing, right? That's not going to happen, right? We, the people, have to recognize the power that we have in shaping the future that we want to create. All right, the Seas of Mintaka. Mintaka is thought to have been a water-based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could ever imagine. so clear that you could see for miles and miles underwater. The Seas of Mintaka card represents, it's starting to rain, represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability and choice to see the potential in all people and situations. This could be one of your natural traits, or it could be a sign that what you're currently doing has great potential. Mintakans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone. You may have received this card as confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. If it appears in a spread, it's a very positive sign that things are working out for the highest potential of all involved. It's a very uplifting, light-filled card that brings great harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. According to Carl Jung, that which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our life as fate. When water appears in dreams and art, it often represents the unconscious mind. Pulling this card also means you may be called to bring to light any unconscious patterns of which you're unaware, to look at them and see them clearly and consciously so they don't appear in your life as fate. What unconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought to the light of day? And the Starseed Soul Inquiry: how can you see the potential in a situation you're facing? What unconscious patterns are you being called to bring to light? Yeah. You know, right now is, I think, a great time for us to do some internal reflection, you know, looking within, recognizing the patterns and the behaviors that we bring to the situations that we find ourselves in, when often we're pointing that finger outwards, right? When often we're finding other people or other things to blame on what it is we're feeling and what it is we're moving through, and recognizing and taking back the power that we have within that, right? Allowing ourselves to bring all of that, all that has been suppressed, all that is unconscious right now, setting an intention to bring it to light, setting an intention to see it, you know, as difficult, as painful, as heavy as it might be, as much as we might not want to see certain aspects of ourselves or recognize and acknowledge certain aspects of ourselves, right? That's how we heal, by allowing ourselves to see ourselves fully, right? Beyond any stories that we've created about ourselves, seeing beneath the surface, you know, allowing ourselves to dive deep within and to truly set the intention to see and be seen. Yeah. Maybe it was just a little bit of a drizzle. Shall I continue and read the other ones? Let's do it. Star Keeper. You're an ancient keeper of the stars, here to anchor and seed your light in your unique way. You've likely been incarnating on Earth for some time, dedicated to an era of awakening and bringing about a long-awaited shift in the planet's evolution. We're at a tipping point now. The survival of Earth and all its species is coming to a head. The more grounded you remain during this transitional period, the more helpful you'll be. The more you tend to the flames of your own heart, the more love you'll anchor onto this planet. The wisdom of the stars is imprinted in your soul. The more soul fragments you call home, the more this wisdom is seated here. You may be called to be in different places in the world to anchor this light, perhaps by taking a trip or living in a certain location. You may also find yourself experiencing awakening symptoms. The more grounded you remain, the more stable Earth's energy will become, and the less reactive humanity will be. You're here for a double mission: to grow as an individual and as part of a larger collective that's bringing about a shift in frequency. Trust that you can be in the world but not of it, and lead a truly glorious life. And then this one comes with a starseed activation. So just placing your hand over the portal of your heart and taking a deep breath into that space. Feeling the light as it enters there. And breathing in these words. I acknowledge that I'm a star keeper. I choose to anchor my light and stay as grounded as possible. I acknowledge that I am a star keeper. I choose to anchor my light and stay as grounded as possible. I acknowledge that I am a star keeper. I choose to anchor my light and stay as grounded as possible. Just breathing that in, allowing that energy to move through you. Gratitude for these raindrops. I'm gonna put the cards away so they don't get wet. Sending so much love, so much gratitude.